There's one in every family, but they're still family. In the penultimate episode, Clone Force 99 returned to Kamino. In the finale, they deal with the fallout, as Kamino is lost. The question remains, is Crosshair? G'day, welcome to the Nerdy Dad channel, and my review and discussion of the Season 1 finale of The Bad Batch, Kamino Lost, which was directed by Saul Ruiz and Brad Rao. This episode continues directly from Return to Kamino, and it's really hard to separate the two of them. Together, these episodes are my favourites of the season, as they explore the complicated relationship between Crosshair, Omega, and the rest of the batch. Okay, quick spoiler warning, it's up there. Let's continue. Even without a Death Star, the sheer firepower the Empire can bring to bear is impressive and terrible. The planetary bombardment that began in the last episode continues until Tipoca City and the other Kaminoan cities in the vicinity are blown to bits and sunk beneath the waves. And of course, the Bad Batch are still on board. Early in the episode, Omega gets separated from the rest of the batch when the hatch between them slams shut because the compartment she's in starts to flood. Well, she's separated from the rest of the batch except for Crosshair, who's still unconscious at this point. As the room fills with water, Omega shows that, despite being the smallest member of the batch, she's the bigger person when it comes to Crosshair. She does everything in her power to free him from the rubble and save him from drowning. The batch find themselves trapped in their old barracks. They're safe for the moment, but inevitably they will die if they stay there. Omega identifies that the barracks has settled on the tube system that the batch used to get to Tipoca City last episode. When he spots a crack in the tube, Crosshair wants to go back to the relative safety of the barracks. Back to where they were, even though it will be deadly in the longer term. The implication is clear.
Let the past die. Kill it, if you have to. That's the only way to become what you were meant to be.
Maybe we shouldn't forget the past, but we do have to move beyond it, even if the path ahead does not exactly look safe. Allegory aside, the tube to Nalase's lab is not a smooth run, but they get there. And what is possibly my favourite scene of the episode takes place in that tube. There are many people in the world, and many of them have strongly different opinions to you. I may have strongly different opinions to you. I might have different opinions to you on politics, religion, many other topics. We don't all need to agree. What we need is more people who approach that like Tech.
Crosshair has always been severe and unyielding. It is his nature. You cannot change that. He cannot change that. Why are you defending me? I am not. Understanding you does not mean that I agree with you.
Tech brings Hunter and Crosshair up to speed on the significance of the lab, but meanwhile, Omega finds out that their problems aren't over, because the tube between the lab and the landing platform has been destroyed. Echo and Tech figure out that the medical capsules are buoyant enough to get them out of there, and Crosshair contributes that EZ, as an Aussie I'd prefer to say EZ, can steer them despite the droid's battery running low. But of course, on the way up, things don't go according to plan. When someone is in danger, there is never any doubt that Omega will jump in to save them, just like she did with Crosshair. This time, Omega dives in after AZ, but she's a child, trying to swim to the surface with a chunk of metal in her arms. Hunter is about to jump in, but Crosshair gets a hold of his rifle and fires a grappling hook. Crosshair rescues Omega and AZ. Back at the Marauder, Omega takes the longest to board the shuttle. She keeps looking back at the destruction that was Tipoca City, her home. As I said last week, there is no going back. To answer my question from the start of the episode, is Crosshair lost? The episode leaves it open. Crosshair does rescue Omega, but he does not rejoin his brothers on the Marauder, and he still considers Imperial service to be the way forward. When this video comes out, Season 2 will be less than a week away, so there isn't long to wait to find out what Crosshair, not to mention the rest of the batch, does next. I will be releasing videos for Season 2, but I'm not going to be able to release them for the first 2 weeks, so I'm going to be playing catch-up for the first 3, maybe even the first 4 episodes. Look, but in the meantime, you can give this video a like, and if you haven't already, you can subscribe to the channel here, so you don't miss any future Bad Batch content. This is the Nerdy Dad, signing off.